Hello and welcome to another 10 Etsy store reviews in 10 minutes. This is where I give you bite-sized pieces of information across 10 stores, all different niches and product types, loads of value. Stay right to the end. There's tips and hints for all of these stores. And remember, as always, if you want one of these reviews, put your store name in the comments. Let's get into these 10. There's loads of good stuff to learn.
Okay, let's get into these 10 stores in 10 minutes. Loads of different stuff going on here. First of all is Aquar 3D. This store, number one, straight away, we look at how many listings they've got. Only 54. So they've got to put loads more listings into this store. And the other thing that I'd love to see more of, these are STL files for 3D printing for aquariums. I'd love to see more of this. They've got this here, this listing here, Pharaoh's Secrets. It's to do with the Sphinx and so on. Lots of themes. You need loads more themes in this store and you'll make lots more sales to your customers. Photography needs improving. It's very busy. The fonts don't look very good here at the top. Often you can't see what's going on. It's not actually clear to see what we're buying here. Some clarification would definitely be good on the photography. Have they got video? Let's jump in and have a look at video. Video would be good, yes. What's going on with the video? Okay, not bad. The video does help. The video helps with the hide of the cave. The actual photography is the problem. Make sure that it's really clear to see what's going on with the photography. Things like this where it's dark and difficult to see. All right, let's move on. Good stuff there. Number two. Okay, we are into Pup Style Haven. Right, this store is too generic. It's too generic. It's kind of got a pet theme, right? Dogs, all these dogs here. But then we get things like this with general sort of quote prints. And, you know, it doesn't have a very defined feel. I think you need to get much more specific about the breeds of dog you're working with. All this stuff here is very generic. You're not going to sell this stuff very often. Too many people do listings like this. You've got to get much tighter into your dog breeds, connect to the breed owners. What do they like? What do they love? What do they buy? Start to do a lot more here in terms of dialing in on the world of dogs. That is my suggestion there. Let's get on to number three. And number three is Just Print Digital Art. Okay, first of all, this as it is now, this is just not going to sell. Whoever owns this store, this is not going to sell. These designs are the sort of thing AI was knocking out 2-3 years ago. Very generic, this sort of neon stuff. This is quite dated now. These won't sell. You've got to define what your niche and sub-niche is and then significantly raise the game with the level of the designs that you're creating. Too much stuff here has been done before. The value has to be higher, right? You know, every single print that you put out, every single download, you've got to ask yourself, is the value there? Why would the customer buy this from me and not anybody else? At present, there's nothing in this store that is of significant value that you can't find everywhere else. So tough ask for you, but that's what needs to happen. And grow the store. It's so small. Head towards 100 listings. It's so small. Let's get on to the next store. I think we are on store number 4, Dial Prints. So Dial Prints, 211 sales, 51 listings, but has been around since 2010. So once you get that context, this store has been around for 15 years. That's such a long time with not much happening in it. You've got to inject massive life into this store. Okay, so 51 listings, you can put a 0 on that for downloads and prints and things like that, right? It's got to get so much bigger. And this style, this North Print style, you're basically copying the North Print style, grey background, put the name of the company underneath. This is so dated now. This was all right in 2020, 2021. You've got to bring a lot more life into your work with decent mock-ups, showing these prints in rooms. Okay, bring a much higher value proposition. List more, increase the quality of your mock-ups. 2 huge things you've got to do there. Let's keep going. It's 10 in 10 minutes today. Supply N Mart. Okay, this is interesting. It's a supply store, right? In the UK. Hello, Phil. Good day to you. It supplies, but then we see this here. It's actually got 80 birthday cards in here. And I would just be careful here with South Park and all that stuff. Decide what this store is around, what it's about. Okay, is it supplies or is it cards? You can sell both, but I prefer you to sell one or the other. And if I had to choose between the two over time, supplies is definitely the way that I would go, because the sales will be more reliable. That's the way I would go with that. So that's the two sides. And grow the store. It can go a lot bigger with supplies. You can get up to 500 listings, 1,000 listings deep. No problem at all. No problem at all to make lots of daily sales. All right, next one. Bambling Rose. Love this store. This is such a cute little store. It's vintage style, romantic book quote stickers and things like that. I say this all the time, but it's true. You've got to list so much more. This store's tiny at 27 listings. It's almost invisible, right? When I talk about getting to 100 listings, it's with very, very good reason. Selling things like this, you're going to make lots more sales. And when you go into a listing, this is the other thing, right? When you go into a listing here, there's no video. Show videos. Put some videos in your listings to show your stickers on things, what they look like. Give customers a better value proposition here. You've got to connect to the customer in any way possible. This store's got to grow hugely. Get to 100 listings as an absolute minimum. Hard, I know, but you're going to make more views and make more sales. I guarantee it. I guarantee if you grow this store, you're going to make more sales. All right, let's get on to store number 7. So here we are in store number 7. It's Aesthetic Moti Designs. So this store is in real trouble. We're almost at 100 listings, only 2 sales. Okay, so there's very little confirmation from customers that they're looking for this stuff and they want to buy it. The problem with this store, I don't need to go any further than here. Can you see what the problem is? If I just sort of scroll to there, if you just look at these designs, can you see the problem? It's literally so generic. This stuff has been done 1 million times in the last 10 years. There's no reason for any customer to come in here and buy from this store because there's no visibility in this store. The views for this store will be so low. And the customers just are not coming in here to buy this stuff. This has all been done before. I like the patriotism, that's good. But if you want to focus on patriotism, get with it. Get with it. Really, really break this open. How can you innovate? How can you be different? How can you start pushing the boundary on patriotism? This stuff has been around for, decades, these meanings, these slogans. You've got to get contemporary on this. I would push in here and look at patriotism as an option, but you've got to get really, really much further along with your designs here. That's my my opinion there for aesthetic. On to, where are we? Chris Patchy, interesting store. Here, 1,800 sales, 356 listings, and it's been around a little while. It's been around since 2018, so actually the sales aren't that great, but they're making sales. In here, you've got to look at what's selling and what's not. If you've only made 1,796 sales since 2018, you've got a load of stuff in your store that might not be selling, and a very small amount that probably is. So you need to work on your inventory management and start sorting all of that out. Let's get on to the next one. This is interesting, this store, Kinfolk Patterns. So this is downloadable sewing patterns. All right, and we've got 10 sales, 29 listings, and it's the same story. This store, I think, has been around since 2024. Yeah, it's been around a little while, but with no listings. 29 listings is so small. You've got to dramatically increase the range of products you offer. Give people a lot more variety in terms of these toys, right? And give them options in terms of numbers, so you can buy themes and sets. So not just 1 or 2, but you can buy a family, right? You can, there's a lot more to be done here. And also the other thing that I really, really want to point out in your listings is this grey. Drop this grey. Grey, I've told you guys so many times, don't use grey with e-commerce photography. It doesn't matter whether it's Etsy or eBay, whatever it is. Just don't use grey. Grey sucks the life out of what you're trying to do. So let's get into some better backgrounds for this. Use macro I think it's called macro blurred photography, blurred backgrounds. So stand these up or get the mock-ups. I don't know whether these are real or mock-ups, I don't know. But just get blurred mock-up backgrounds and they'll look a lot better than this grey, which just doesn't work very well. Final one. I think we're into here. Oh yeah, no, there's one more thing here. In the video, we've got no context of size. So I don't actually know how big these are. So maybe bring a hand in here, just so we know how big they are. I mean, they either look massive or tiny. I generally don't know. So bring that in as well. Bring some context in with sizing. All right, last one. Rian's Dragon Lair. This is a vintage store. Here, number one is same story, and it's the same for vintage. Vintage is a numbers game. The more you put in, the more sales you're going to make. That's how it works, and it really does hold true for vintage. Get loads more listings in. Do it at a speed you can manage, but this store has got to grow significantly. And the second thing, every listing in the store needs a video. Okay, you've got to start putting videos in. You're going to make more sales if you do that. If buyers can see the item in a video, they're going to be more likely to purchase it. As well as that, there's varying qualities of photography. This needs to be standardized. So 1 minute you've got sort of wooden backgrounds, then you've got white backgrounds, then you've got yellow backgrounds, then we've got distance, blurred backgrounds. Just standardize all this. Get all this locked down into a system. And that's the advice there. Lots of good advice there for that store. Okay. If you want one of these, get into the comments and drop your store name. I'm going to be doing another set of 10 soon. It's the only way I can get through so many of these. And if you want to work with me, seriously, I will help you. Don't wait. Don't guess. The booking now button's coming up on your screen, which takes you to a one-to-one booking calendar link for a free discovery call where I can talk to you on Zoom how I can help you grow your business and mentor you and coach you in paid consultations and mentoring. I look forward to catching you in the consultations and catching you in the comments. Cheers.